All right, welcome to another Shadow. Today we're going to deploy the Story Squad app to Apple TestFlight and the Google Play Store. The purpose of this particular deployment is to test out a new SDK version. We're trying to extend backwards a little bit and be more inclusive about the devices that we're supporting on Android. So we've got that set to SDK version 30. We need to bump the version code as well as the version name. I think that's all we need. Now, this particular deployment is primarily for Android, but I do want to go ahead and deploy to the Apple Store as well, mostly just to keep them in sync. And now I'm looking at Xcode telling me I have a 9 gigabyte download to do. I guess maybe I'll wait to do that later. We'll just do Android for now. Let's see here. Got that all squared away. I'm going to go ahead and push this up to dev. I'm going to commit just the Gradle file, this build.gradle file. And that looks good. We want to specify what we're doing here. And this is the minimum SDK version set to 30. Going to go ahead and push that up to dev. All right, once that's in place, I have a little script here to go ahead and do the deployment. This is a pretty straightforward script. I mean, I could type this in pretty easily. The other thing that this does is opens the folder on my system where the AAP package that contains the actual app that gets uploaded is built. So it's kind of just a little script to help out here. Any questions so far?
Not really.
Okay.
I played a little bit around with Android APK structure and stuff way back in the day, back when I had a Google Nexus phone. So I kind of know how it works. Apple is definitely a mystery to me, though.
Yeah, at first when I started doing this, it was way easier in Apple, but honestly anymore it's about the same for both of them. They definitely do things slightly differently though.
Yeah, I would say Apple's probably smoother, like software wise, but a lot more paperwork from what I've read.
Yeah, both of them have a lot of paperwork nowadays. All kinds of things you have to sign in blood and agree to and so just waiting for that to finish up. I'm going to go ahead and change my screen share over to the Google Play Store. And we're doing this for internal testing only. We're just making sure that this SDK version supports the phones that we want to. And let's go ahead and create a new release. So the AAB file is finished now. So I'm going to go ahead and drag that over to my browser. Android does seem to have a faster upload and approval process than Apple, which is kind of bizarre. Apple used to be way faster.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what I was thinking of, which is that there's a lot more to the process now. Whereas once you have your pipeline set up in the Google console, you can just drag and drop like you're doing here.
Mm-hmm. And this should be ready for usage within just a few minutes. Apple can take up to an hour, sometimes longer, for the for test flight. Takes up to 3 days to actually deploy to the store through Apple, though. That takes a while. All right, so our bundle is uploaded. Looks like everything succeeded on that front. Let's go ahead and click next. We have a warning. Let's check it out. Apple bundle has native code. Yep, no problem. And we're going to go ahead and save and publish.
There's an interesting table on the last page. It said like devices supported by this release, devices supported by last release. Wonder if there's a delta there because we switched versions. Or I went into
Um, can I go back now?
that.
Didn't even look.
Yeah, I bet there's a way to get to that somewhere. Oh, release summary. I wonder if you can do no. Nah, it's just that thing.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, that's the thing I don't like as much about the Google console is that there's a lot of stuff in it and it's not all well labeled and organized.
Yeah, Apple's website for this is a little better. I don't know that I'd call it a lot better. Both companies like to move stuff around all the time. Um, I don't know. All right, so let's check on Xcode here. Still downloading. I swear I downloaded the iOS pack for iOS 18.2 like 2 weeks ago. Maybe that was 18.1. I don't know. It's clipping along pretty quick though. Why don't you go ahead and try the Android deployment? We'll see where we're at. So I'm going to copy the join link and paste it into the Zoom chat for you. Now, I believe you have to hit that link from your device. Let me know
I'll
how,
try. Yeah.
let me know how that goes. Well, that was actually fairly quick for downloading that new build. It must have downloaded in the background or something. Let me go ahead and change my screen share over to Xcode. So I have the project pulled up here. I do need to change these version settings here as well as over here. Right here. Normally you don't have to change this in two places, but due to the fact that we're deploying to both Android and Apple, it picks up this version, and if they're not in sync, it'll complain about it. Anyway, I think it's picking up this from the Android settings for these versions. Anyway, all kinds of fun little details. All right, so now I'm going up to my menu bar and I'm clicking Archive. There we go. And it's doing the build. We can see the progress right up here on top. I definitely think that we should support Apple Vision. Somebody needs to buy one of those for me so I can test the app in there. They're only $4,000 a piece. I mean, come on, right?
Okay, well,
Okay.
that's good news. Sorry, another good news. I got the app downloaded and I'm going to try logging into it.
Excellent.
I was able to actually download it from my PC, but possibly it's because, like I said, I used to play around with stuff and I still have desktop to phone interconnectivity set up on my Google account.
Oh, okay.
I just had to make sure I was logged into the correct Google account.
So we got a successful build. I'm just uploading the archive now. Oh, two-factor authentication. So much fun. Don't look. Once this is finished uploading, we'll switch over to my browser. And we'll make sure that it actually succeeded and stuff. Excellent. Okay, switching over to my browser where I'm on the Apple Store. And let's see, we want to go to TestFlight 6.02, that's the version. Now, this always shows a blank nothingness here underneath there until it actually propagates through the system. But in just a minute, we should see our new deployment under there. And I just want to verify that the right internal testing team has access. But that's pretty much it. Hey, we have our build. Of course, we don't have a status yet, so I still need to monitor this and make sure that the status is green light. Oh, I remember the annoying thing about Apple's website for this. It doesn't auto refresh. I have to actually manually refresh the page to see updates to the content here. Seems like that was, I mean, for Web 2.0 from late 1990s could do that, right? Silly Apple. Let's give it a refresh and see if it's ready for us yet. Nope. Still processing. This is really the part that takes a little longer on Apple than it does Android. It's one of the reasons why I usually start with Apple. Let it churn in the background while I'm working on the Android part.
Hey, update on my end. I'm logged in and I think I'm able to view everything that I should. Like I can see the Clash of the Pencils from the last test, I think.
Cool. All right, we do have a status message here. We're missing compliance. Let's go ahead and monitor that. Are you using any of these encryptions? No. So we're gonna hit none. I'm surprised this choice isn't sticky. It asks me this every single time. All right, it says it's ready to test. Groups is blank, which is kind of interesting because if we refresh, a day now, Apple, come on, refresh. Really? Refresh again? Okay. There we go. Now we have our testing group, and I'm just making sure it's the correct one, and it is, which is awesome. So now, yep, I just got a notification on my phone that a new version of the app can be installed. Fantastic. I'm gonna go ahead and click that and install the new version of my phone. Cool. All right. Well, that is all I have for today's Shadow. I hope you enjoyed it. It was pretty uneventful, I think. Little hiccups here and there that were expected, but no big deals. Thank you for joining us, Jeff, and let me know when you get that installed how well it works.
Well, it's installed on my phone and seems to be working all right so far. So,
Oh, fantastic. All right, job well done. Woohoo.
yeah, all in days of work.
All right, I'm going to end the Shadow for today. Thank you all for joining us, and we'll see you next time.